Hello, today we're going to be making a very beginner soap. I wanted to make another soap recipe with things that you would probably have in your house or something you could get really easy at a grocery store. So if you were somebody who didn't want to invest a whole bunch into soap making, just wanted to try it out for the first time or something, this is a good recipe and I'm going to give good tips. I will have timestamps down in the description. If you know anything about soap, some of this info could be a little redundant. Materials you will need to make soap. You will need stainless steel or some type of durable plastic. Stainless steel, durable plastic, or glass type of bowls to hold your oils and different things like that. Polypropylene plastic. You will need some type of mold to hold your soap. A lot of people make soap molds out of cartons when they're first starting. So I'm going to be using today, I'm going to make a very small batch. I'm going to probably use like one of these molds. But this is a brownie silicone mold that I got from Walmart. It was $8. I think it's $11 online, but it was $8 in store. So if you made soap in this, wash it out afterwards and make some brownies or cupcakes in it or something. You will need a digital scale. For soap making, you don't use cups and things like that. You use ounces, grams, whatever. Try to be as accurate as possible. You'll need a thermometer gun. These aren't super expensive. Go ahead and get it. You'll need something to mix your things with. You can use some type of plastic. You could use stainless steel. Today we're going to be using a whisk to mix our soap. This could be stainless steel, silicone coated, as long as it's not aluminum or wooden. And you will need eye safety gear. You need some type of eye safety. You don't want to use your regular eyeglasses. You want something with a lip or goggles to help protect your eyes. And you will need some type of nitrile glove. It's also recommended to have a long sleeve shirt, long pants, closed-toed shoes, of course be in a well-ventilated area. Now I'm going to get into the ingredients and what I'm using, what you will need and what are additives that you don't have to have. You make soap, you have to have a oil, and you need sodium hydroxide and water. You can't make soap, actual soap, without that unless you're going to be making a synthetic detergent, but that's not what we're making. So yeah, what I'm going to be using is coconut oil, olive oil, and canola oil. Here are some of my little additives that I have. I have some coconut milk powder. This is something you can grab in a store. This is a paprika infusion. This infusion, we have a video on how to make it, but all you do is we do a hot infusion. You put your paprika in a jar, put some oil in it, and you heat it in the crock pot for a few hours. And that's how you get an all natural color. Of course, you can buy soap colorants, and you don't have to use colorants if you don't want to, but that's what we're using. And our essential oils, that's going to be our scent. You don't have to have a scented soap. We're going to be doing orange essential oil. We are going to be using an essential oil that we've bought, we already have here. I looked on like Reddit and forums and see what people say their favorite Walmart essential oil brands, and Plant Therapy and Eve's Gardens are the one that people say are good. Don't take my word for it. And at the end of the video, I will also have a SoapCalc tutorial type of thing, because this recipe I'm making here is very small, just because I'm trying to teach you something. I will give the percentages down below of the oils so you can add them, make it the size you want. But I also have the SoapCalc tutorial if you don't know anything about SoapCalc. I'll go over some terms. Super fat is a amount of oils in soap that isn't going to be soap. So it's either you discount your lye or add more oils to your recipe. Normally this is for a safety buffer so that if you accidentally add more lye, your soap isn't unusable. Or also for a better feeling soap on your skin, a water discount for soap making. The water range is about 25% to 50%. 25 is the most water you can have to make your soap, and 50 is the least water you can have. So it's a 1-to-1 lye ratio. I would say stick to about 33% if you're starting. That's kind of the average for what people do. So this is 35 coconut, 55 olive, 10 canola. We're keeping the canola lower because canola isn't the greatest oil in soap, but that's why we're using it lower. It will make your soap more prone to rotting over time. Trace is when the soap is a thick enough consistency that you can, it leaves a trail. I'll put a picture. I'm terrible at explaining that. So I'm going to combine all of my oils. This is my canola oil here. I had them measured separately for, video purposes. This is some of my olive oil paprika infusion. Walmart has a lot of additives if you don't want to use coconut milk powder or paprika. I think they have turmeric and things like that. I'm going to put my coconut milk powder in, and I will have all of the recipe details in the description, more of like how much coconut milk powder and stuff. Mix my oils together really well. Try not to have clumps. Additive I have is salt. So I added some salt in my lye water and dissolved it before I put my lye in the water to make my solution. And one thing with making lye, pour your lye into the water, never the other way around. So yeah, the salt will make the bar harder. So I'm going to pour my lye into my oils. And you can use a spoon or something to help break so your lye doesn't splash. And for my essential oils, I get questions about this in the comments of why, how much essential oils do you use in your soaps? We use SoapCalc to calculate our essential oils, and I don't tell how much I use just because usage rates change with soap and different products and things like that. And you have to have a certain amount you can use in your soap. So SoapCalc is a great tool to use. I calculate your essential oils in, and I will also have the IFRA link down below. I'm going to start mixing this with my whisk, and then I will add my essential oil in a minute. Add my essential oil. Immersion blenders, I do recommend getting one if you are going to be making soap as a hobby for your household and things like that. But if you are just making it for the first time, you can use a whisk or a spoon or something like that. If you do already have one, you can use one of those coffee frothers to mix your soap, but like I said, a spoon and a whisk are fine. Now this soap is definitely at emulsion now. Emulsion is when your lye and your oils are completely combined, but they're not thick enough, they're not very thick, they're just, combined. But I'm gonna aim for a trace at least. I want this to be able to set up and not have to wait forever to unmold it. Now I'm I'm going to pour this into my mold. Okay, so we did get a few bars out of this. About 3, like 5-ounce bars of soap, probably. We're gonna let these sit, and since these are bar mold, you could let these sit for forever and not unmold them. But back to show you the unmolding. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to subscribe. If you have any other video ideas or questions, and leave them in the comments.
You good boy. Sleepy. Yeah. That's good boy.